Last month, I told myself I was going to start meme coin trading, and I documented this entire process on this YouTube channel. And over the past couple weeks, I've made hundreds of dollars on meme coin trading. And in this video, I teach you guys on how to become so good you guys can't stop winning. So I'm going to assume that everyone knows how to get to this page and know where to get Solana. You buy Solana from Coinbase or Kraken, and then you move your Solana from Coinbase or whichever central exchange into your Phantom. You make an account on Bullex, and then you move your Solana from your Phantom into your Bullex. All the links for the platforms I use in this video are going to be in the description. So that's for Bullex, Phantom, and the wallet tracker we use in this video, and much more. So one thing you're going to have to learn how to do is how to identify bad meme coins fast. This is not an easy thing to do. This is a skill that takes a long time to develop. You have a lot of competition, especially against KOLs like Orangey, Waddles, Xavier Sterling. There's many more that just have been focusing on this for months, and 10 plus hours a day they have to go against. And they know a lot more than you, and it takes a lot of time to get to their skill level. And these KOLs have made hundreds of thousands of dollars over the past year. When I say hundreds of thousands of dollars, we could take an example here, Cubsy, who has made over the past day almost about 30K in the past 7 days, 200K in the past 30 days. He has made $3.5 million. And you can see this is all possible. You just have to put the time in, like Cupsy has done, Waddles, all those different KOLs, and just you can become as profitable, or if not better. One thing I cannot stress enough, guys, is not trading alone. And trading alone just automatically puts you at a disadvantage. And if you can't find anyone to trade with, you can easily join all these different alpha groups that are available. For instance, my alpha group, Solana Bros Alpha, it'll be in the link in the description, but you can easily find people there that are also trying to learn and just trying to get better at the trenches. Because if you have more people in your group, you can easily form a thesis and easily make trades and make a lot more money in the long run. Now, finding a good meme coin can be very hard, especially in this market, because it's just the wild west out there. Any of these new pairs, any of these creations can easily go to zero in seconds. That's why it's important to identify the first thing we're going to talk about, which is bundles. Now, a great way to identify bundles is to see charts like this. And you might be thinking, oh, that looks good, it's going up. Well, not really, because all you see is just straight green. And if we zoom in, you can see these little buys that just keep buying up and up and up. And you don't see any red candles. It just all looks like tiny little buys. And what that is that's a bot that the dev has made to keep buying his own coin to make amateurs make it look like it's a good coin. Now, how you can check for bundles if you're really not sure, you can easily copy the token address, and you can use a bundle checker on a Discord server. You can go here /bundle check, put in the token address, click enter, and it'll scan for bundles. You can see right here the bundle total is 50%, and still that's 15% of the bundle. Now, what that can tell you is that if this coin is fake or not, and if you actually want to put your money in. And bundles are usually not the worst thing in the world if it's less than 2%, but if it's more than 2%, you really don't want to go into that coin. Now, another thing that could be important into forming your thesis is checking if the Twitter has been reused on the coin. Now, how you do this is that you take the Twitter right here, you click on it, then you copy and paste the Twitter handle. Then you can go to a tool, like in the Discord server I'm going to put in the link below, put /Twitter reuse, and then put in the username, let it think. And then it shows you about a day ago they used that Twitter username, which can help you say, okay, this coin's fake, it's been done before, and probably the owner was too lazy to change the account and has done a rug pull already. So that's how you avoid that coin. It helps you form your thesis if that's a good trade or not. And also another important thing that I've learned from trading is looking at the top 10 holders. Now, the top 10 holders can kind of judge basically on what the top 10 holders, how much of the coin they're holding. And typically when they're holding more than 20%, that's kind of out of my comfort range, because I found more than 20%, a holder has too much of the supply and they can easily dump it. It can cause a whole chain reaction. So it's always important to pay attention to the top 10 holders. Look at the holders individually. How much percentage are they holding each? And could they easily rug pull the coin themselves, even if they're not the dev? Now, the next important thing, Twitter tracking. Now, Twitter tracking is one of the most essential things that every trader needs when trading meme coins, because it gives you a lot greater edge over traders that aren't. And if you're not using it, you're at a disadvantage, because if you have a right trader tracker that really works, you can get like info on Elon's dog or something about Trump or anything. You can be one of the first to know and looking for a coin that's based on that narrative. Now right here, this is the Twitter tracker that I use personally because it's free and it's as good as Potions, and it's completely free. And this gives you a great edge over so many different traders because it gives you real-time alpha that you can use into buying your coins. Because let's say that Trump says some tweet and then about something about his dog, or he has a new son, you can easily find coins like that on Bullex and usually pick the best coin or form a narrative based off of that. And it's very important to watch on this because you can learn what narratives are good and what tweets are bad to not go into, and you learn that from experience. Now the next idea I wanted to get into is networking. And as I mentioned earlier on in this video, networking is a key essential in trading, because trading alone, believe me, I've tried it myself, does not work. If you have more people focusing on the markets, on the trenches, and knowing what news is going on, you can get into more plays, be more profitable, or someone can tell you that they heard something about this coin or that coin, or maybe some of them have insider knowledge. And one place that you can find people to network with and trade with is my personal alpha group server. There's also many others like Potion or many other things like that. Links will be in the description. But over here, we're always helpful. We're always talking with the community. We're always active, and we're always trying to help each other out. And you can always go on to the events where we're doing live trading, or you can go into one of the VCs, and most of the time there's always someone there to help, and you can always say, hey, my name is this and I'm new to this. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me or Jack, and we can obviously help you. Now the next thing I wanted to get into is being a paper trader, because being a paper trader, not diamond hands, can be a lot harder than it seems, because sometimes you can get very emotionally attached staying to the coin, and next thing you know, it ends up going to zero. Because one thing you have to acknowledge is that all these coins are going to go to zero, like almost all of them. So it's almost no chance you're going to actually guess the good one. And it's important, when you make a 2x or 3x, cash out. All those little wins will build over time. Now the next important thing is also keeping your emotions in check. If you're not keeping your emotions in check, that can cause you to take losses, or when the price dips, you're like, oh, I'm at a loss, it's time to get out, and next thing you know, that coin went straight to the moon. So always be careful on what trades you put in, how confident you are in that coin. If you're in, you're in. And you have to know that this is the coin that I trust, this is my instincts, and I know this is going to work out. And another thing is, I forgot to mention, only trade with money that you can afford to lose. And really, people might ask me, you guys might ask me, oh, okay, well, how much money should I start with? And it really depends. I would recommend to have at least 5 SOL, and that might be too hard to have, so you can start with obviously with less than that, but it just makes it harder to learn because you call that the tuition fee on what you learn to trade. Now here's another thing I wanted to get into, and this is a very important thing that you can use to form a thesis, and that's wallet tracking. Now wallet tracking, you can be thinking, okay, how do I track wallets, or what wallets do I even track? Well, here I have a website right here that'll be linked in the description, and this has all the top KOLs and all the top earners from this past day, week, month, and you can add them into Bullex. And over here you have, for today, the top one, Sensit, he made 300 SOL, West has made 174, and these are all great wallets that you can track from to make a greater thesis on your trades. Well, now you may be asking, how do I actually track these wallets? Well, we could take Sensit for example, and we could click right here for the wallet address. You're going to want to be in Bullex, go to wallet tracker, and then you can click on the button add wallet, and then you can usually put in the name, put in Sensit, and then you can put in, copy and paste the wallet address, and you click add wallet. I already have him added, but you can click that, and then he'll pop up around here. So like you can see all the other wallets that I am tracking here. Now about wallet tracking, you don't want to completely copy trade because these traders are going to just easily rinse you, because you have hundreds of people who are wallet tracking who can easily just buy in after you could get mev'd. And once you buy in, and these wallets know that they're being tracked, they make their profits so very easily because they know that once they buy, there's going to be like at least 20 or 30 other buys and then selling all of them. And that's how you get rinsed. But you can use it to say, okay, for the different tracked wallets that I have are going into this coin. Okay, it's time to buy into this coin. That's what's important. Now that's kind of everything that I wanted to cover on into the video. And I basically taught all the basics and the important things that you need to know that you cannot stop winning at trading. Now, one thing that you should do after this video is research more into how to trade meme coins, of course, and look up live trading as well. That can be incredibly helpful. And also be looking, what is the meta of the market? Where are people putting their money? Is it a good time to buy in, or is it a bad time to buy in? Those are many questions that you should be asking yourself all the times. And the main thing is putting in the time. Practice makes perfect. If you put in the time, I guarantee you, you'll be making at least $500 a day. You just have to put in the time, and you'll eventually get there, and you'll be profitable.